First is it and don't touch. And do watch this, I make prank. The internet's next faceplate.
Let's talk about
Face split incident.
the face split incident took place in Spain back in 2009. It all started when two brothers were swimming in the ocean and decided to jump off a cliff. The first brother jumped perfectly and landed safely in the water, without injuries. Then it was the second brother's turn. He was ready to jump, but when he did, he landed on a concrete, splitting his face open. Just a man fell into the water. As he floated, his head was completely covered in blood, staining the water around him red. He was rushed to the hospital, and the doctors tried everything to save him, but he sadly died. There's a video of the incident, but I'd rather not watch it. It's too disturbing. Stay safe.
Never go to beach. Next incident is mom sick Elmo's.
Let's talk about mother singing Elmo's world accident. A girl was coming home from school, as usually everyone does. When she was at home, she saw her mother laying down on the floor. The girl asks her mother if she was okay, but the mother didn't heard her. The mom started acting weird and began to sing Elmo's World. I will show a video I found. But it turns out that her mom is a skinwalker.
Did anyone else see those eyes?
Weird. Next exit is Rogelio
Mukbang.
Part 3. Before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? Thanks. This all started when a man from the Philippines decided to do mukbang.videos to earn money and to help his family for it. A few days later, not long ago, some of his so-called follower challenged him to eat a chicken bone, which is not very good for people. He made that video and gained much views, but what he didn't know is that he died just after a few days, and the person who challenged him to do that hasn't been arrested. Like, why? I feel absolutely bad about that man, even though he don't know me. And if you want to support him, he has a TikTok. Here's his user. And his brother are the one doing the mukbangs now, because Rogelio died. Condolences, by the way. That's all I know. Stay safe out there. I feel...
Next exit is Human Cook Alive.
Alive.
Jose Melina.
On October 11th, 2012, Jose Molina was doing maintenance work in a 35-foot pressure cooker. Jose went inside because he was trying to fix a broken part of the machine. While he was inside the cooker, one of his co-workers closed the door thinking that Jose was in the restroom. The co-worker then turned on the cooker with 12,000 pounds of tuna being filled in. The tuna was being cooked at 270 degrees Fahrenheit, while 62-year-old Jose Molina was still inside the cooker. A supervisor noticed that Jose was missing, so an announcement was made for employees to search for him. They've been searching for about 2 hours until they opened the cooker and found Jose's body completely cooked with the tuna. Jose Molina was a father of 6. In 2015, Jose's family was paid $1.5 million from the company Jose was working for, Bumblebee Foods.
Next is Firebreather.
Incidents, Part 2.
Firebreather incident.
Before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? We're close to 1,000. Thank you, my Cloudies. This man was from USA. He is known for breathing in fire, which is his talent. But one day, something tragic incident had happened during the show. During his performance, he was lighting up a fire on a torch or whatever it's called, and putted it in his mouth. But then, he accidentally swallowed some of the fuel. After After it, he then burped and the fire was under his stomach.
Oh my
Just 1 second, his stomach and body exploded. And the people who was watching him perform thought it was part of the acting, and his body parts went on people's faces. Later on, his head was found on the popcorn machine.
One man, one jar. I will finally make this video since so many people has been requesting. One man, one jar incident. A Russian man that is completely N4K'd had made a video named One Man One Jar, which happens to be a famous incident. He published a video that was 17 years ago, and he published it on a website called a fuck site. His user was known as Alex13031969 and his real name is Alexei Tarov, and he's 40 that time. The video is described as a man completely N4K'd and sat on the jar until it shattered into pieces, and he had so many blood and body injuries, and he ignored all of it and kept going. I don't really know what had happened next, so tell me in the comments if there's something I forgot to say that describes this man. That's all. Stay safe out there.
Nowadays, people do all sorts of things.
He was jar. Next incident, tung 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 so.
Training incidents, part 1.
Tung 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 sahur incident.
But before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? Thank you. My Cloudies. Back in May 3rd, 2005, this year, a kid that is 7 years old was addicted in this brainrot called Tung Sahur in the Philippines. His parents thought it was just a cartoon until it all turned upside down and became a horror story, because his parents said every midnight on 12 o'clock and 3:17 am in the night, his son would always say Tung Sahur woke him up at that hour, and every day on 3:45 am, he would always stare at the window saying there was a man standing that looked like Tung Sahur. And one day his parents saw that he was crying and saying Tung Sahur while smashing his toys on the walls. That's why his parents limited his screen time for 2-1/2 hours. So kids, don't be brain-rotted, or you'll also have this kind of story.
Now I'm scared of.
Don't watch brain rot. Incident is cat in blender.
People recommend you to stay curious or watch it. If you watch it, get your tissues and stuff. Animal if you have one. RIP the poor cat. He or she is in a better place now. And I hope the guy who did this rots in heck. BW. The video is on Twitter, and people think it's funny to comment. Put it in a blender or blender, even when they can't move Elgato, the meme cat they put him in a blender. Well, that's all. Bye.
2 years of.
Final incident is SpongeBob balloon.
Talk about
SpongeBob Balloon 2011 incident.
back in 2011, there was this Nickelodeon mall filled with balloons and all sorts of fun stuff. But there was one SpongeBob balloon that people found a little unsettling because it looked really creepy. Here's some photos. It seemed to take on a life of its own because people started saying that this SpongeBob balloon would follow them at night, even though they hadn't bought it. It would even creep around their houses. Some even claimed to see the SpongeBob balloon floating around their bedrooms when they were trying to sleep. These creepy balloons were half deflated, unlike the normal SpongeBob balloons, which were fully inflated. And some of the SpongeBob balloons with their big, wide smiles were the scariest. What do you think about this balloon incident? I think that is very creepy. So stay safe.
Oh, incident end. Hello, bye guys. Sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Hey, why still watching?